Hey, happy Saturday. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? Hey, welcome back on this nice Saturday. At least it is for me. It's the weather here is pretty okay. It's 24 degrees here. I can't complain too much. Could be a little warmer though. Hey, hey, thank you so much. There was lots of activity here, and I will call those all out here in a few. Lights should be flashing right now, and just in case they aren't, I have this board up really quick that I will click. It's the norm. For some reason, my lights don't always flash. I don't even know if they're, there they go. I'll just keep it going for a little bit. So anyways, happy Saturday. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? If you're new here, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you being here. If you're new and don't know how this normally goes, it's a little bit different than I'd say just my normal kind of normal YouTube stuff. It's a little more laid back, a little more open. We talk about things we're excited about, things we're working on, things we're struggling with, all related to tech. So if you have something you want to talk about, you want to share, throw it in the chat. I'll get to it here in a little bit. I'll start from the top and work my way down. Stream goes roughly about an hour. So I started a little bit late. We'll end a little bit late, but stream does go for roughly an hour. I know you guys got things to do, and you wanna live life. So I'm not gonna stay here and blab for hours and hours and hours. Even though I could. I feel like I'd run out of stuff at some point, but I doubt it. Because man, the topics we talk about in here are all over the place, and I love it. So anyways, if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. There was lots of subs and activities. I'll call them out really quick. So just give me just a second. We'll call them out. But anyways, let me know what you're working on. Throw it in the chat. Let's talk about it. I say this often, but a lot of my ideas and inspirations come from you. So I'd love to hear what you're working on and what you're struggling with, and let's try and figure it out. Wow. So speaking of what people have been working on, I've been working on something. I've been working on quite a few things, I feel like. Well, I first apologize for not being here last week. I just wasn't feeling the greatest. And I thought, well, I want to make sure I bring my best self. And last week I was not my best self, not feeling well. So I just kind of decided to cancel. So I apologize. But I'm here this week, and that's all that matters. What I've been working on is a ton of stuff. Most of it is administrative type stuff that I have to do. Like taxes. Kind of stinks. I'm sure most of you, all of you, got your taxes done already, right? No, not me. So that's kind of a little bit of what I work on. Totally not related to homelab, but it's tough. It's tough if you do something outside of your normal job. Something you don't get a W-2 for, and so tax season is now if you're in the U.S. and it kind of stinks. So. Anyways, been working on that, and also working on the next video. I'm close to having it done. I wanted to make it for today, but I just couldn't swing it. But anyways, I'm working on some stuff. If you see my Twitter feed, I've been learning Terraform, and it's pretty awesome. And I got some cool stuff I'd love to show you with it, because it's pretty awesome. I'm over clicking buttons for most things, and this is my first step to well, I already have infrastructure as code, but getting like infrastructure stood up outside of Kubernetes with code. So it's pretty fun. I almost linked it a few times, the thing that I'm working on. So anyways, that's what I've been working on. It's pretty cool. Am I super excited about, doing stuff in the terminal? Yes. Am I super excited about learning a new DSL, a domain specific language? Kind of. But anyways, I can get into all that later if you guys have questions, but it's pretty fun. HashiCorp's done some cool stuff across the board, and this is yet another product that's super fun. So, let's get into follows and subs and stuff. Dude, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Oh yeah, nice and chill in here now. All right, chill, blue, greenish. Yeah, so for some reason I'm not gonna dig into it now. I'll just try to pay attention, and if I see something happen, no, I'm gonna go back. That's too green. Was it blue? I don't know. I do apologize if I messed up your lights. There we go. Anyways, so let's get into subs and follows. There was a couple of things that happened right before the stream, so I'll start right here. This looks pretty good right here. Code like Aristotle. Hey, thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Mafney resub tier 1, 29 months. Let's go, man. Good day time. How are you? Time. I think you meant Tim, but I could be wrong. There's a capital in there. I'm doing good. It's funny you call me Time, because this one guy worked with, he always called me Timestamp because that was my initials, TS. So, anyways, it's on brand. I'll say that. But Mathny, thank you so much. 29 month streak. Thank you so much. PC Geek, resub, tier 1, 30 month streak. Dude, 30 months. Let's go, man. That's getting close to 3 years. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, man. On top of everything else you guys do, thank you. The Quantum Pangolin, how's it going? Resub, tier 1, 26 months. Thank you so much. 26 months. Jeez, man. Long ones. Takano, resub, prime, 29 months. 29 months. How's it going, Takano? How's your I think you laser engraving. How's that going, man? You gotta tell me. You gotta give me the daily update on your next business. Xavier, or weekly update, I should say. Xavier SD, how's it going, man? You were creeping in the chat early, and you documented it to make sure. We'll talk about who was here first here in a few. But Xavier SD, might as well get this out of the way before I work on my own server rack today. Making myself a custom cable channel with angle brackets. Ooh, nice. Custom cable channel. All right, so I see. You're doing exactly what you said. A channel for all of your cables. I'd love to see it with right angle brackets. I like it. Hey, 18-wheel right, dude. Thank you so much. I'm almost there. I'll keep working my way up, but thank you. Sigor Resub, Prime, 26 months. Thank you, dude. Finally pulled the trigger on buying my own domain name. All right, that's what I'm talking about. I have Tailscale set up for an IP addresses. Now I just need to follow all your traffic guides to get SSL certs set up and everything. Awesome, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me know if you have problems. You're more than capable of figuring all that out. You figured out a ton of stuff, but yeah, awesome. Congratulations on your domain. It's fun. It's fun having your own domain for many reasons, but mostly for certificates and an easy way to get back home if you're somewhere else. I mean, well, you're setting up Tailscale, so you don't. Yeah, that's why. I mean, probably you wanna be able to have dynamic DNS. Update the public DNS, your new record or your new domain that you bought with the record, and then you're probably gonna connect to it. Actually, you don't. You can do. Yeah, there's so many ways to do it, but I'm excited for you, man. Comgen has resub Prime 3 months, 2 months streak. Thank you so much. 18 Wheel Ray has resub tier 3, 11 months, 4 months streak. A lot of numbers in there, dude. Thank you so much. Tier 3, dude. Thanks so much. How's it going, Ray? I would say I haven't seen you in a while, but because I wasn't here last week, so I haven't seen everyone in a while. I feel like outside of Discord. So good to see you. Good to see you. So let's get into chat. I know who was here first because I saw it earlier. It was. Yeah, I don't know. You can't see it, but it was definitely Xavier's D. I think he pinged me earlier today, I think a couple of hours ago, and then screenshot it and says I was here first and posted it in Discord. So, yeah. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it, man. I saw you talking earlier, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yakto, how's it going, man? Hello, Cyber Knight. Lots of greetings. How's it going? Cyber Knight, hello, Cyber Knight, Loggy Lipe, hey, Mathny, all the streaks. Yeah, there was hype chat for sure, if that's what you mean, streaks. Howdy, how's it going? Hazmat Guy, testing Blue Iris for cameras on VMs. The only thing that works with our janky archaic network so far. Yeah, what can I say? So Blue Iris is a great product. I think I used it for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Fantastic. If you like, if you like home security and you have to run it on Windows or, as you say, a janky archaic network, it's definitely a good choice. It's a good choice for other reasons too. Dude, Mick, MC5424, thanks for the sub, Prime sub. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, Blue Iris, great product. I've seen now there are projects to offload image detection or object detection to somewhere else, to a Docker container possibly that has like a Coral device that can do object detection and send those results back to your Blue Iris server. So pretty cool. So even if you didn't have, a GPU or some kind of AI, enabled chip on the device that's running on Blue Iris, you could offload that AI detection to something else, which I've seen a Docker container for, and then send it right back. And it's pretty cool stuff. So awesome. Yeah, but Blue Iris has been doing this for a long time. They are definitely It's a great product, and they've just been doing it forever before it was cool, and I think everyone's catching up now. So awesome. I used it for a long time. I know that product well. I know that product well. But hopefully you get it figured out, and hopefully I don't know what's jank about your network, but hopefully you can figure out the jankiness. Because hey, we all have jank networks at sometimes, and sometimes you just can't. You just have to deal, even if it's not at your own place. But anyways, let's see. Loggy Life. Every time I forget it's Saturday and that you're streaming. Yeah, it's Saturday. I rarely forget it's Saturday. The only times I forget it's Saturday, I know what you mean. But I woke up this morning and I was like, have you ever woken up and you're like, okay, I don't know if it's Saturday or if it's a work day or what. That's how I woke up this morning. And I thought, if I just lay here a little bit longer, maybe I can manifest it to be Saturday. Not really. But I was thinking in my head, I was like, it's got to be Saturday. It's got to be Saturday. And I just convinced myself it was Saturday and kind of went back to sleep for a few minutes. And then I really did realize it was. So anyways, I think what you meant, or maybe what you meant was, hey, I forget that you stream on Saturdays. So anyways, let's see. Cyber Night had a duh moment. Got a couple of UPS plugged everything. Got to test this morning and the power went out. When my old brain plugged everything in the surge only. LOL. Hey, nice. Well, better to have that happen while you're home to do it than when you're not home and you think you're good and you're like, yeah, I got this, and you're out of town or something. But I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. Because I have many UPSs sprinkled all around everywhere and plugged in the wrong thing, or I put it on the wrong breaker, or still plugging it into the wall and I think I'm protected. But yeah, awesome. Been there for sure, man, for sure. Let's see. What are you guys working on? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Twisted Grim, no status here. Hey, no status. Hey, no status is okay status with me. I like a no status every now and then. Like, it's okay if you're not working on anything or you just want to like veg out and do your own thing. That's totally fine with me. I need some days like that. Novella Hub. I was like, Novell Networks. Ooh, blast from the past. Novella Hub. Setting up another Proxmox machine today. Awesome. So I assume you have one, maybe two. I'm assuming one, and you're going two, or maybe two and going three. Awesome. Let me know. I assume you're gonna cluster them. I don't know if you're gonna do HA or not, but would love to know. It's a fine system. Every day when I mess around with Proxmox, I'm like, man, this is so good. I don't even want to say for free and open source. Like, I don't even want to marginalize it at all. Like, oh, it's good for open source. No, it's actually super good, and I'm glad I made the choice a while ago, because it's so stable for me. I never have to worry about like, is my hypervisor locked up or some other things I've had to worry about in the past. And maybe it was that way with that product or other products, but I just always know that like Proxmox, if there's something wrong in my environment, it is not Proxmox. That's pretty much. And I'm passing through, I'm virtualizing my NAS. I was passing through an HBA controller. I am passing through GPUs. And so like solid, super solid. But yeah, I'm happy. Anyways, getting another machine set up. Hopefully it goes well. If it doesn't go well, you know where to find us in Discord. Me testing my lights. Okay, Loggy Light. Also, I made that old laptop into a Proxmox server, running some lightweight services like Heimdall, Guacamole, etc. with LXC containers plus Docker. Man, all the things. You're doing all the things. Cool. So that old laptop that you had, you turned it into a Proxmox server. Cool. Yeah, built-in UPS. Yeah, why not? Some lightweight services like Heimdall, Guacamole, etc. with LXC containers and Docker. Awesome. So yeah, so two containerization platforms. And then you got some services running. Yeah, it's a good use case for an old laptop, especially if it's an older laptop that has, supports virtualization, but yet it's too slow for you to use on a daily basis. You open up Chrome and, it uses 250,000 gigabytes, and 40% CPU and pegging a GPU just on one tab. Like, sometimes old laptops are great. I shouldn't even say sometimes. They are great for for servers, especially if you're doing virtualization. That's kind of a heavy lift for it, but maybe not as much as Chrome. But they are definitely great for even just standalone bare metal like Linux servers for sure, because like Linux doesn't take much to run at all, and it's awesome. Awesome. That sounds like a fun project for a weekend for sure. Let's see, Twisted Grim. I'm going to be working on how the workflow looks for local dev to a Kubernetes cluster. Awesome. It's funny because you mentioned this in Discord yesterday. Maybe it was yesterday, maybe it was the day before, might have been yesterday. You were asking about like, hey, like, has anyone tried Minikube? Because I think you wanted to basically build out a local dev environment of your Kubernetes cluster so you could, basically use Kubernetes as if it's a cluster, which it is on Minikube, but you wanted to use a cluster on your own machine to test some of your applications. And yeah, it's awesome. I've done Minikube stuff once or twice before. I think a couple times. Company I worked at, that was like your training and tutorial of how to learn how to use Kubernetes. You had to spin up a Minikube cluster on your own dev machine and follow their examples and prove your work before you could get access to their corporate Kubernetes cluster. So anyways, long story short, I was thinking about that earlier this morning, and because you were saying you were on the road and you basically wanted to build out a dev cluster, and I was like, oh, well, you could use namespaces and stuff like that. And you're like, hey, I'm not even at home, and I was like, oh yeah, it totally makes sense. So Minikube is a good option. But if you still have access to your cluster, I mean, another thing you could try, especially if you're developing services, it's obviously VPN or something into your network, and then just port forward all the services that are running that you need back to you, and then you could develop the one service in combination with all the others. But anyways, I was thinking about that earlier this morning, and I thought I'd throw it out there. So I'm glad you threw something in chat, because I was honestly thinking about that probably about 2 hours ago. 18 Wheel Ray, sup y'all? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Sup Techno Tim? I'm doing pretty good. I've been doing good in general. I feel a little bit like behind with stuff. I know I talked about taxes earlier. That's like this huge thing I gotta like finish up tomorrow. I haven't got my video out yet, so I'm kind of like, I feel like really bad about that. So I don't know. Normal kind of stress stuff. And I'm thinking about switching some stuff up in here. I'm trying to simplify some stuff, and so we'll see. I think I'm going to simplify some of my stuff. I've been ready for an upgrade to my workstation that all of this runs on, and I might make some huge changes. I'm not sure yet. But I have 3 crazy ideas. One's not so crazy. The other 2 kind of are, and the other 2 that kind of are. I might roll the dice and take a gamble and make it work. So, anyways, thanks for asking. I'm doing mostly good, pretty good. 18-wheel Ray. Why are you called the 18-wheel? Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly. He runs and drives them for a living, and I think he manages them. I think he has a business that does it. Yeah, so trucks. Yeah, for sure. Oh, let's see. 50 people here. Hell yeah, it's going up. Yeah, that's how it is in the beginning. I mean, every time I look at my trends, you just see the numbers slowly go up throughout the stream. So I'm not worried. I never look at those numbers, and I was surprised that I knew the number. I never look at that, but today I like opened Twitch on this other screen just to make sure that it's working, and I can see the number right there, but I never look at the numbers. And I know that sounds so cliche. Everyone who says like when you stream, don't look at the numbers and don't worry about who's in there. And it's good advice. It's hard in the beginning not to. But it definitely is good advice, and I broke my own advice because I have Twitch open right there, but I was making sure something was working, and here we go. I'll just close it, so then I have no idea what the number is. Yeah, whether you stream for 1 or 1 million, just make it the same stream. That's what people say, and then that's what I try to do. Let's see. Nataroni Pizza, I like it. Backups, so you're working on backups. Prepping TrueNAS server to put over at my parents' place for offsite backups. I like it. Yes. So is that, well, one, that's awesome. Putting a TrueNAS server over at your parents' place so you can do, backups over the internet or over the network or VPN, whatever, basically site to site. Awesome. That is awesome. Are your parents also going to use that NAS for storage too? That would be double awesome. And then you could go back and forth. You back up their NAS to yours and vice versa. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. That sounds awesome. I even if I think I put one in place at my parents' house, they would just be like, I have no idea what this is doing. Can I unplug it? Going, going all the way back. One parents would unplug everything. Lights were unplugged. Nintendo was unplugged even when it was not being used. It was ooh. There were a few times where, in older Nintendo games, like there was no save game function, I think, until Legend of Zelda or something. So, the way that you saved a game was basically just keep the Nintendo on. Oh, and if my mom saw that Nintendo light on, boom, it was off, or pulled the plug on it. Then I got smarter when I was younger and I put a little card or something, a piece of tape in front of that LED that would light up. Yeah, she wised up. So anyways, that's awesome. You're getting it set up. I need to do the same thing. Need a buddy system for TrueNAS. Let's do some encrypted syncs over the internet and trade about 20 terabytes each, and we'll go both ways. I'm kidding. Hazmat guy. About to head to the park with my girlfriend and her daughter. Awesome. What a great day to go. I'm not sure where you are. But it's semi decent here. I mean, my wife and I just went for a walk right before the stream, just to get out and disconnect real quick. It was actually kind of cold here. I mean, it's 24 degrees, and that doesn't sound that cold, especially for Minnesota. But the wind is crazy, and I'm wearing like thin pants. I was like, whoa, it feels like I don't have anything on. So, but that's awesome. Great day to do it. I know that there's decent weather across some of the U.S., most of the U.S. I don't know. I can't even tell anymore. I know near Chicago it's like snowing again. I think out east, I think all of that snow and ice you guys got has melted. California, I have no idea. I'm just gonna guess another 10 feet of snow. And here in the north, it's still relatively cold for the season. So hopefully you get good weather. But a good day to go to the park for sure. If you got good weather, it's always a good day to go to the park. Why not? Xavius just got home from Fleet Farm. All right, Fleet Farm, 1st February and Friday flannel. Inside joke. Sean, that one's for you if you're watching. Whoa, here we go. Just got home from Fleet Farm with some aluminum ankle brackets to make cable channel that goes from the back to the front of my rack. Awesome. Not aluminum. I like to say it that way, but aluminum. Anyways, yeah, awesome. So sweet. Went to Fleet Farm, got some stuff, building your cable channels with some brackets. That is awesome. I got to see these because real question, are you going to put carbon fiber on it? I bet the answer is yes. If you know Xavier D, he puts carbon fiber on everything. It's like hot sauce. He's just like, yep, put carbon fiber on it. But it looks awesome. It looks awesome for sure. Yeah, you'll have to post some pictures. I'd love to see it. I'm sure it's going to be awesome because you're making it. Loggy Light. Also, this stream is a bit early. Actually, it's a bit late. Yeah. So if you're wondering why it's early, that means you don't observe daylight savings time, like, the geniuses in this country. Not for long. But yeah, so we had daylight savings time last weekend, which means we're now an hour later. Spring forward. So we're an hour later. I don't even know. It's an hour, whatever. It's different by an hour. And it'll be that way, I think, until the fall, when we fall back, and we fall back an hour. And I think this is the last year we're doing it. Who knows? I know Congress voted on it. Who knows what's going on? So, but anyways, yeah, it's different if you don't observe daylight savings time. I'll say that. How about that? Because not all places in the U.S. observe it. This is part of this crazy problem that we created for ourselves a long time ago. Naderoni, also running Proxmox backup server VM on it, so I can sync Proxmox backups over there too. Awesome. So this is going back to your TrueNAS. Sweet. So yeah, so you're just like, hey parents, you're my cloud backup. That is awesome. Well, hopefully, like I was saying earlier, hopefully they get some use out of it too. Yeah, I mean, you gotta, set up some shares and stuff. I don't know what your parents are going to be saving on network shares. They're probably, if they even save anything at all. If anything, it's pictures. But at the same time, most people in general don't move their pictures off their phone ever. unless they're like into photography or into cinema, into, whatever, taking video. Most people don't move them from their phone. So anyways, but that's cool. That is awesome. I'd love to know the specs on that thing. Are you going ultra low power, but just, with tons of storage space? Or are you going like all out server and you're like, yeah, my parents are paying the power bill. No, that wouldn't be nice. But yeah, curious to know what the specs are and what you're building. 18-wheel Ray, you need to do some updated desk setup tour. That would be nice if anything has changed. That is. Hey, 18-wheel Ray, you're speaking my language. I was thinking exactly that. Because I am getting ready to do some big changes. I mean, I haven't showed anyone my office since like the beginning of YouTube. It was like my second or third video ever. I don't even know. And I've made lots of changes, as you could see back there. I think in the beginning, I just had a futon back there. And the only reason why that futon was back there is because it was awkwardly empty and it would cancel out some of the echoes. So anyways, a lot has changed in here, but I'm getting ready to change a lot from everything from my desk to my PC to everything. And I just kind of want to freshen things up and simplify things. And I'll try to take a before and after, because if you could see what I'm looking at, it looks like, it kind of looks like most people's home labs and stuff. Tons of gear everywhere, cords everywhere, devices everywhere, screens everywhere. And I kind of want to simplify things. Just make things easier. Not like I can't handle, 3 1440p screens and cameras and microphones and multiple lights. I just wanted to look a little bit nicer too. It looks great to me, but not like other people coming in here besides my wife and dogs. But yeah, I feel like if I just kind of simplify this, I don't want to say go minimal, but a little more than I have now, a little less than I have now, a little more minimal, I think I'll feel a little bit better. And then I'll do it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Why not? Even if it's just a short one or whatever. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. Yeah, daylight savings time in the U.S. Yeah, that's, yeah. Oh, we'll go. Yeah, whatever. Not the best, but try hard. Bought a couple of domains. Now documenting my home lab journey on a website. Awesome. That is awesome. I think by doing that, hey, DiPanesso, good to see you. Good to see you. Let me get a little flash going because, flash isn't working right now unless I click buttons. DiPanesso is resub tier 1, 28 months, 28 month streak. Wow, thank you so much. Hey, Tim, how's it going? Good to see you. DiPanesso, I think we're going back to blue. I got this. I can click buttons. I always say I don't like clicking buttons, but when it controls lights, yeah, I like clicking them. Lights or sound. So anyways, not best, but try hard. Awesome. So many things you're going to learn if you haven't done this already. Right? You bought a domain, so you're going to learn about, domain name service, public DNS, where you want your name service to be, what type of options you have, like Cloudflare stuff, types of protection you can have. And then you're going to be, creating a website, which is awesome. You're either going to choose to do a static generator, a static site generator, or you're going to build something custom, or you're going to use a CMS. Awesome. You're going to learn so much. You're going to learn how to hey, am I going to containerize this thing? Am I going to run it in LXC? Am I just going to run it however? You're going to learn so much. And then certificates and all that. Yeah. And then documenting it all too, which I think is fantastic. I think anyone who creates something and, tries to put something out in the world and is a good thing. Generally speaking, I should say, depending on the content. But anyways, that's not important. I think you're going to learn so much. And I would say keep it up. Keep it up. Show off your work. I like it. I like doing things in public. That's why I like to code in public. I like to talk in public. Just because I think I don't know. There's people who might learn or appreciate or have some feedback for some of the things that you're doing. So I think it's fun. So you're gonna learn so much. Let's see, Xavius D. Yeah, DST is this weekend in the EU. Okay, we had it last weekend. Well, thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, awesome. I did not know that. I did know that Spain was on a different time. Well, so anyways, we work with some people in Spain at work, and so we had to let them know last week that, hey, we're switching times, and so I guess they're going to be back to the time that they thought we were on soon then. Let's see. Loggy Light. Why did you start one time at 10 p.m. Europe time? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it has to be. Yeah, it's daylight saving times. I'm assuming because I do 3 CST or DST, 3 Chicago time all the time, every weekend. Well, 3:15 ish. Around 3. How about that? Let's see. Let's see. Yocto, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Trying to architect moving my Ceph cluster to a new HPE Apollo Gen 10 servers. Man, this guy, Yocto, YWS, out in the Pacific Northwest. Yocto Web Services. So Yocto's moving your Ceph cluster, and don't even have a cluster, let alone one I can move, to new HP servers. Awesome, man. What were they on before? I thought you had HP servers to begin with. Could be wrong. Maybe they were Dell. That is awesome. What does that even look like? Do you stand up the new Ceph cluster and run a sync, and then sync your data? I mean, I'm just thinking about like how would I do it? It's not going to be the right way. I'm trying to think of the right way, I guess, rather than how I would do it. But yeah, I would think maybe stand up a new cluster, sync the data there, or is it just as simple, air quotes, as just like, hey, create the service, move the data, move the drives, the physical drives to that new server, stand it up and import it. I'm thinking like ZFS. So yeah, I don't know. Fill me in on that. I'm pretty clueless when it comes to Ceph, other than kind of, high level what it is and what it does and what problem it's trying to solve. Let's see. Yeah, daylight savings time. Yeah. Woo. Let's see. On the 26th, that's when it's coming for you guys. All right. So 26th is 25th. Yeah, that's for you guys. All right. For the EU next week. Now you'll be in now you'll be like, yeah, we're on the time we used to be on with US. Let's see. Odiv. Switched over to Vios. All right, for a consumer router. Wait, switched over to Vios from a consumer router while the family is out of town. Surprisingly easy to wrap my head around. Odiv, awesome. Vios keeps coming up. It's come up in our Discord server a few times, and a lot of people like it. So it's open source router / switch / edge routers, everything. Like pfSense. Obviously not, but trying to solve some of the same types of problems in a different way. And it's funny that this comes up because I looked at Vios. I don't know. I'm thinking like 10 years ago. I mean, because I used to distro hop with network appliances, virtual network appliances all the time. Like, hey, one day I'm on whatever. I'm on pfSense. The next time I'm on Splunk, or not Splunk, but whatever, Smooth Wall, IP Cop. I used to hop around all the time. But then I would always go back to pfSense. But the interesting thing about Vios is it seems like it's making a comeback. I think it's the same thing that's been out for a long time. I just remember Vios was just all black and orange. Like their whole UI was black and orange. I'm like, man, these guys, this is like Halloween up in here. Like these guys mean business. But arguably you could say it's the same with Proxmox. But I think theirs was a little bit more pronounced than Proxmox's. But anyways, you'll have to let me know how it is. I hear a lot of people using it. I don't know if this is like I used to do, is distro hop with firewall distributions all the time. Like one weekend I was like, yeah, I'm all in with pfSense. The next weekend I'm on something else. So yeah, Untangle was another one. So yeah, let me know. But it sounds awesome. That's so awesome move. Got off a consumer router. Yes, that is awesome. And you're rolling your own. Well, not necessarily rolling your own, but you're putting Vios on it and getting some more, taking control of your network, a little more control over your network. So that's awesome. Which is probably cool because you probably had an all-in-one router that was doing wireless, and then it was doing your routing and it was doing your switching, and now you're kind of breaking that apart. And that's my kind of that's my deal too. PC Geek 50 here. Yeah, lucky 50. 24 there. Yeah, Fahrenheit. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. Lucky Life, I helped my neighbor move today. Oof. Oh yeah, that very nice of you to help your neighbor move. Man, it's moving. I do not like moving at all whatsoever. Like I hate everything moving up to moving. The actual then once you're packed up and unboxing, yeah, totally fine. Everything leading up to moving is just like the worst for me. I've done it a few times and it's just like, there's no partial moving. There's no kind of moving. There's only moving. And so that means, Every single thing you have in your house has to be out. Every single thing, every single room has to be cleaned. Like there's no, kind of moving. There's only, unless you kind of move out of your parents' house, I guess I should say. That's kind of moving. No, it kind of is. Because, like, you're not going to get fined or something if you leave stuff behind. Unless you got to, unless your parents are like, ooh, you get out. Anyways. Hi, King Finn. How you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Mafney. I've been struggling with React Native background sync fetch recently. Oh, okay. So you're doing React Native. Awesome. I know I've done React Native. I've built some apps in it. So you're struggling with React Native background sync fetch. Yeah, I don't know. So what I do, maybe, I don't know. What I do, I don't use fetch. I don't use fetch like the browser's implementation of fetch or, React Native's implementation of fetch. Basically, it's the same as the browser. I use Axios or some other REST client and do that. Not that it matters, but for me, it kind of does because like fetch is like quarter baked and it really depends on the browser's implementation. So, there are lots of things out there that can fetch data for you. Anyways, if you're having problems, it's got to be either async and await stuff that maybe you're not awaiting stuff or, probably that. Or the problem is you're doing asynchronous stuff like within a component and it's going haywire because every time you do an async thing, the component is re-rendering and calling the async thing again, and you end up in this continuous loop. But anyways, I've done some stuff. If you have some sample code, post it in Discord. I'll take a look. JC Extra, hello, beautiful people. How's it going, JC? Good to see you. Hey there, Randoneering. Randoneering, how's it going? The Trodba, I should say, also known as the Trodba, aka the Retro DBA, aka Randoneering. How's it going, man? Hey, yo, stopping in to say hi. With my son at the moment, so can't focus on the stream, but I'll watch your VOD later. I thought that said faster. I was like, yeah, you could actually watch it faster too if you want. Good to see you, man. Thanks so much. Thanks for the Prime 4 months. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. The Trodba. I called him the Trodba because his old name used to be the Retro DBA, and there was no casing involved at all, and I tried to pronounce it, and if you look at the Retro DBA and you try to read it as one word, it looks like the Trodba. Anyways, Computer Smurf, hello. How's it going? Good to see you. Loggy Light. But the ones that are actually good, like a workstation that is 10 years old. Yeah, I agree. So this is probably going back to laptops. Like, we were talking about the ones that are actually good. Hey, Cyberknight, dude, thank you so much. Cyberknight, whoa, thank you. Cyberknight, gifted. Here, we need some strobe flashing for those. Kick me if I don't strobe flash. That one's not fast enough. We need a faster strobe than that. Probably this strobe. Dude, thank you so much. Cyberknight gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much. Raimi Main, franchise, the Tour Day, 0, some hex values. Something's going on in there. 0x55A, Penetrator 1. Hey, enjoy your gifted sub from Cyberknight. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'll let the lights flash for a little bit on that one. Thank you. I appreciate it, Cyberknight. You already do so much already, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Loggy Light, but yeah, so this is going back to the laptops, converting them into servers, and you're saying the ones that are actually good are like the workstation ones that are 10 years old. Yeah, I agree. Any Lenovo workstation or Lenovo laptop that had a W in it was always, I think, their workstation ones, and they were actually really nice. But they're great. They would be great for a Linux server too, or any server really, any server. So let's see. Xavius D. Let's see. I got a whopping 16 bucks back from Federal. LOL. I hope I get 16 bucks back. When it comes to stuff I do, like outside of normal work, so like all my other stuff, it's like I end up owing, and I'm kind of hoping that's. I mean, if I got $16 or I owed $16, I would be happy. But it's a little bit different for you if you do W-2 stuff and not a bunch of 1099 stuff. So. I don't even want to think about it. But awesome. Hey, you know what that does mean though? That you only loaned the government $16 for the whole year. That's almost perfect. That is almost perfect. because some people loan them thousands of dollars. Basically, your return is a loan, and vice versa. If you owe, they basically loaned you money. So you almost nailed it. Perfect. It's like the perfect tax scenario where you owe and are awarded or returned $0. So it was pretty close. I would say that was a good move. Good move. That's hard to do. Lucky Light, direct subscriber line. Okay. Okay. For internet. Wait. Oh, DSL. Gotcha. Digital subscriber line. I was like, yeah, lots of ABCs for sure. DSL. Let's see. Takano, I've been working on making my Minecraft server easier to manage. I've added AMP and have browser-based console to the Minecraft server and all of that. Awesome. So you're working on a tech project. That is awesome, because lately it's been like a lot of laser engraving and wood stuff and laser engraving. Awesome. You used to run a huge Minecraft server, I think. You've told us a few times. But that is awesome. I haven't looked into AMP. I know you mentioned it a few times, but hey, anytime you could manage your Minecraft server in a browser somewhere outside of shelling in and issuing commands is a huge win. Huge win. Chuck Norris, how's it going? I've been working on my RHEL, or my Red Hat Enterprise Linux-based router firewall. I had to update my Ansible playbook to configure my WireGuard clients and allow them in the NFTables firewall. Ooh, this is getting deep. And I also worked on my BGP peerings inside of the DN4 network. This is getting real deep. They're finally up and running. I hope I can get IPv6. Whoa, man. Exposed tomorrow to use on my RHEL router to use that network on my local OpenStack cloud. That is awesome, Chuck Norris. That is like each piece of that technology that you mentioned, it'd probably take me weeks to figure out. I mean, I know how to do networking, but just like I'm networking like admin tryhard. Like you would never want me configuring like corporate networks. Like I'm pretty okay at doing it at home, but not anywhere professionally. So like you mentioned in here, WireGuard, I got that. WireGuard, yeah, I get that. NFTables, you lost me already. Like I wouldn't even know where to begin. BGP, double loss. Now I'm like took a left turn and another left turn, and then DN4 too, another left turn, and then what else is in here? IPv6, double left turn. I think I'm like back where I started because it took so many left turns on that route. But no, that is awesome. Sounds cool. So, and then you're running OpenStack Cloud, your local OpenStack Cloud at home. That is awesome. Chuck Norris, this is like legit Chuck Norris. I should call him Network Chuck Norris, but awesome, man. Hope it goes well. I hope you get it all figured out. And yeah, open Stack Cloud locally sounds pretty cool too, for sure. Cube Coders AMP. Cube Coders. Let's see. Novell. I want to say Novella. There we go. Novella Hub. You going 100 gigabit networking like craft? I'm having a hard time getting 10 gigabit networking. No, I have 10 gigabit. I don't want to say backbone, but Switch does support 10 gigabit, and I have 4-ish devices on there. Well, technically 3. One is an uplink. No, 4, because then my WAN is then converted to another 10 gig. Anyways, I've seen it. I have a hard time getting like 10 gig everywhere, but would be cool to have 100 gigabit backbone for sure. I don't even know what I would do with it. It would probably be syncing a ton of data somewhere back and forth, but no, I wish I could. I wish I had the hardware and the know-how, but for sure. LOL, yeah, for sure. I craft, 100 gig. That is like, that is a lot of pipe. That is a wide pipe. How about that? Ager, I'm going, oh, here we go again. A Germanson. It's either Ager Manson or a Germanson. See the struggle? The struggle is real. Hello from Denmark. For once, I'm still awake for the stream. Well, hello. Welcome from the US. I'm glad you're still awake in Denmark. Maybe not. Sup, nerds? Yeah, Bill Nash is here when you get a sup, nerds. How's it going, man? Good to see you. JC Extra, just doing small things to learn the ins and outs of OBS and source record. Cool. for hopefully when we dip toes in streaming and recording vids, maybe next month. Hey, congratulations, JCX. I know you're an audio video guru, and you really love audio. I know that. But that's cool, because I think you've been talking about this for a long time of possibly, recording some stuff and sharing it. So I'd love to see it. Awesome. I'm a huge fan of OBS, and stream is pretty much brought to you by OBS. I think that's what most people use. Fantastic tool. Like, what a great open source project. And I'm so glad it is open source too, because and it's like the de facto standard for most people, streaming. And so, anyways, great tech. I hope you go for it. I know you're a little bit nervous about, creating something and sharing it. Video, at least you do with audio, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And just remember, like, the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get doing it. So, Techno laser engraving stuff has been a bit slow. Need to get a site up and post more on Instagram. Yeah, man. Need to get some product diversity going. Might go with Etsy just for ease of use. Yeah, so all the right things. Yeah, I mean, you're learning. It's tough. It's tough to build a following with anything, whether you're in social media, whether you're a product or you're a company trying to sell a product. It's tough. And so I know that, people hate spam emails and hate all these, comments on LinkedIn and all these phone calls you get. But man, that's just people just trying to hustle and trying to sell some stuff. So as you're learning Techno, it's hard. It's hard to promote something, whether it be yourself or a product that you're selling. It's tough. It is tough because most people are just like, I only want to buy what I want to buy. Don't show me anything. But then all of a sudden, when you show me some cool stuff on Instagram, I'm like, yeah, kind of want to buy that. but yeah, man, I hope it works out. Take a break like you're doing with Minecraft. That'll take your mind off it, or maybe you'll get new ideas through Minecraft. See, Mafney, in other news, I'm cleaning my keyboard key by key. So maybe that's why I ald you time. Oh, so did you all? Wait. Man, cleaning it key by key. Man, Mafney, you are, man, the most I do is turn it upside down and bang it a couple times. Every now and then I'll take the vacuum on it. Probably shows. That's probably how I lost my last keyboard, though. But good luck on that. A lot of snacks in there. Chuck Norris, a German Manson. That's what I'm going to. Ager Manson. Same here. I always miss them. I'm joining from Germany, though. All right. Chuck Norris joining from Germany and a German Manson. I'm slaughtering that name. I know I am. Joining from the Netherlands. Well, I'm glad you're here. Piece of Geek, another Blue Iris fan here. All right. That was my first real video security system, and I a special place in my heart for Blue Iris. JC Extra, all are the USB AI enhancement cards unobtainium? Wait, so the Coral, I think you mean. They were when I was looking for them. I thought, they're pretty cheap for what they do, and they're nowhere had them. Yeah, I agree. So the Coral one is the one that I was kind of hinting at, or I guess I mentioned directly, but it's exactly what you're talking about. I think it's the USB one too. But I think Google is Google R, I should say, but I never use the plural. Google is, I should say R. It's just so weird to say Google R. Google is, I think they're coming out with a new device that's dedicated. May or may not, but I think you can offload that to anything. The Coral ones are cheap if you can find them, and yes, I think they have USB ones, but pretty cool because you can offload those ML tasks or AI tasks, whatever, to that, and it'll do that without breaking a sweat at all compared to your CPU trying to do that. So, hope all with Irish heritage had a good St. Paddy's Day. Yeah, that's right. It was St. Paddy's Day. I celebrated in true fashion by going to a Mexican restaurant. No, I didn't celebrate St. Paddy's Day, but I did go to a Mexican restaurant because my wife and I like to try different Mexican places on Friday nights. That's usually our thing. So, let's see. Nagato, buy 9 plus Agar tutorial. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. No. Thank you. That's a great suggestion. I know both of them. I haven't done them together, and so maybe there's something there for them. But Definitely, I will add it to the backlog. How about that? And I seriously will. I have a backlog and I will add it to it. Damien, Damian Marley. Hey, hope you're doing great. Thank you. I am doing great. Currently working on remote backups for Proxmox VMs and TrueNAS files over IPsec VPN tunnel. Awesome. Excited to see what the transfer speeds I get. Yeah, I'm excited to see what you get too. I wonder what your internet, upload speed is or download on the other side. And then if whatevever's encrypting that tunnel can keep up with it. Yeah, lots of unknowns there, which is pretty awesome. Hey, Shackleberry. Hey, thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. And G Gahan, J Gahan. That's what I'm going with. Thank you both so much for the follow. So yeah, pretty cool. So a lot of things to dive into there. You're going to be doing backups, and I assume when you do those backups, it's going to be they're going to be compressed. So there's hey, is your CPU fast enough to keep up with the compression? I'm sure it is. And then there's something that's going to be encrypting that tunnel, maybe your firewall, and hey, can that keep up with the throughput of encrypting that tunnel? And then there's your your WAN speed or your ISP speed between the two, and can that keep up? So yeah, I'm super interested too in knowing. Hopefully you just get your max bandwidth, and then you're just like, yeah, time to get 1 gig internet at home. Lickety Split It, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Working on getting OBS set up for running a stream for a virtual conference tomorrow. Awesome, man. Yeah, awesome. Lickety Split It, awesome. I know that you do a lot of conferencing stuff. Getting OBS set up, yeah, it's always a good day. Well, yeah. So don't get me wrong. Like OBS is fantastic, but man, it's and you probably have this, but setting up your stream, I don't know. I could spend like hours and hours and hours on it, and then just like trash the whole thing. So, but you know this. But awesome. I'm curious what your conference is. I'd love to hear more about it. Throw it either in here or Discord or wherever. But sounds awesome. Twisted Grim, I'm going to be working on how the workflow looks for local. Oh, we said that. It said no status. LOL. No idea why it said no status. We talked about this a little bit earlier, and that's kind of when I went into the Minikube stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, it sounds awesome. I think Minikube for a local dev cluster is perfect. I was thinking, well, like what I would personally do is I would VPN back into where your cluster is, and then port forward, do a kube control port forward those services that you need, and then work on the local service. So then you're connected to the real cluster. But that might be your production cluster, so then you could use namespaces then for your environments, like I've done in the past. Do at work, you have a namespace for QA, staging, production, or default is your production, whatever you do. Then you have 2 environments in 1 cluster, and then you could do your kube control port forward, and then forward those services, according to namespace back to you. So then you could still work as if it's local, not really local. But if you can VPN in, then you don't have to, hey, I have to have a different local dev environment. You could just say, no, I do, when I develop stuff, I either spin up all the services local, like what you're trying to do, spin them up locally on a cluster, or port forward them to your lower environment. But yeah, lots of ways. Loggy Light, when Switch loses power, rip. Yeah, when it does. Yeah, I hear you. When my Switch loses power, I have it on battery backup, but if that runs out, then everything goes. Not just my services, but, all of my PoE devices. Like I have a lot of PoE devices around here, a lot of cameras, a lot of access points, Raspberry Pis. That all goes too. So I hear you. Monil, built my NAS with Supermicro SC836 16 bay with 7 12 terabyte disks, X9 DRF Mobo with 32 gigs of RAM, and a 1050 Ti for my Plex. Awesome. I'm waiting for the my new HBA card to finish. I assume syncing, flashing, but anyways, awesome, man. That sounds like quite the setup there. NAS has lots of storage, has lots of bays for even more storage later. Lots of RAM, 32 gigs, and 1050 Ti to do your Plex transcoding. Sounds like an awesome home server for sure. It doesn't support virtualization. Oh, this is talking about your old laptop for sure. JC Extra, use Firefox plus auto tab discard. Yeah, I think Chrome just added their new memory. Yeah, so, yeah, we were talking about Chrome earlier, and you were saying, hey, use Firefox. I know, I know. It's just so hard to switch, and ask Microsoft. They've been trying to get people to switch for, I don't know, 20 years, and now they're doing it even more so with ChatGPT and their new Bing. To run it on Edge. But anyways, that aside, memory cleanup. Chrome did add some new feature that does some memory cleanup on tabs that are in the background, which I kind of thought they were doing anyways, because why keep that RAM dedicated to those tabs? I think it's probably because just in case you switch to the 307th tab you have open, you might want to see what's there. But I think they've implemented something now that cleans up that memory, and then when you click on that tab, it resurrects that tab or tab group, which I thought that's how it worked anyways. I don't know. Anyways, we got a new icon in Chrome, and it totally reminds me of like the Windows 98 2000 days where, hey, I need to run my RAM cleaner, and you would, run the RAM cleaner and clean out all things that aren't being used out of RAM, only to have them load back up, 5 minutes later because they are actually being used. It's kind of what it felt like for me with Chrome. I'm sure it's a lot better than that because all those RAM cleaner things from back in the day were just like, woof, they were just, I don't know, solution looking for a problem, I feel like. Because right after you ran them, those things would come back. I mean, obviously there might have been some things hanging out, but I don't know. Anyways, so let's see. Loggy Light, exclusively using it for containers, no VMs. That is perfect. That is perfect for your server, your laptop server. Laptop that's now a server. That's what I was just talking about, Mafni. Yeah, Chrome has been adding it recently. That's exactly what I was talking about. It just feels so like, RAM defragging, and I don't know. It just like when I saw it, I was like, one, I thought you were doing it already. Two, it just feels like that old RAM defragmenter, RAM reclaim types of programs that we all used to run back in the day. Right before you ran your games, you would kill every process possible, do a RAM defrag, and clean up all unused RAM, and then launch your game, and then watch it choke because all the background processes needed to start back up and use RAM. Let's see, JC Extra, I'm so bad at closing tabs. I am too if I'm ever going to use them again. So auto tab discard shuts them down in the background. I regularly have 400 plus tabs open, but only 2 gigs of memory. So I wasn't joking when I said the 371st tab, that you might need to go to. I'm the same way. I'm so bad. Like right now I don't even want to tell you. I'll tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 instances of Chrome open. Each with probably at least 20 to 30 tabs. And the only reason why they have 20 to 30 tabs is because I opened it and thought like, yeah, I'll just put some tabs here. This is going to be the one that, this is where I'm researching, or this is where I'm monitoring stuff. Well, I forget that I had one open, and I do the same thing over and over again. So yeah, I have however many, 10 instances of Chrome open, each with at least 20 tabs open. So yeah, we blame a lot on Chrome, but at the same time, like, this is all self-inflicted pain on myself. Just like, I should have 1 instance of Chrome open, maybe 2, because I want to put them on different screens. And then this is how I get into this problem. Oh, I have 3 screens. Now I'm going to open 3 instances of Chrome. And then, I can divide this screen up into 2 sections. So I'll open another instance of Chrome. And then I forget they're open and minimize them, and I'm back to where I started. So I hear you. Oh, let's see. JC Extra, let's see. Sorry, Ray. Downsizing my environment this month and next month with 2x custom Proxmox builds. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. A lot of people go through this, expand and contract, and some people are contracting right now. So, yeah, awesome. I'm sure, like, I have a lot of low power devices, not only Pis, but Intel NUCs. I'm a huge fan. I've been for a long time. And, there are times when I'm like, I wonder if I can shut some of my servers down and just run some of the stuff on my NUC. So I've been experimenting a little bit. There's still some things I absolutely have to run on my servers, but for everything else, maybe I could. Those SSDs in my NUCs are going to get torn up. They're going to get wore out pretty quick, but we'll see. JC Extra from PC Geek. I turn this feature off because I think on Twitch, if you have someone lurked, it removes the viewer when the tab is shut down. Yeah, well, that's a good point too. Yeah, it's great when it works, except for like the people then who depend on it. You know, I've noticed like some of the tabs you never want to leave open. I think Piehole. Like, I don't think that's a tab you ever want to leave open, and I think this is the feature for it exactly. Because Spyhole is doing so many things, not to mention it has, like the UI itself, you know, it has so many points of data on there that update over time, that's the one where I'm like, why is my MacBook CPU to 100%, and I only have Chrome open? Well, that explains it. But then on top of that, you know, if I have Piehole open on my MacBook and a Chrome tab, I'm like, oh yeah, that thing is using a ton of RAM, and I think this is what it's kind of made for. But yeah, you're right. Like if a website has a WebSocket open and they expect you to be there, and then Chrome shuts that down, yeah, now that connection is closed, and it's going against what websites are trying to do. So it goes both ways. Block Balgon Networks, Techno Tim. You mentioned you were working on taxes. Oh, gosh, yeah. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. I'm working through expenses, and I'm 100% work from home office as an independent contractor. So you feel my pain. All right. So the UDM... Oh, wait. We were talking about taxes. Oh, wait. Oh, we still are. So the UDMSC router is definitely an office expense. Yeah. But the WD Purple and HD installed in it for cams seems like it's not deductible. I mean, I'm not a tax professional and I will not give you advice. So yeah, I mean, these are the kinds of games you have to play when you're 1099 and you do all kinds of stuff. Is, you know, what can I and can't I write off, and will I get audited for writing this thing off? So yeah, I'm not going to give you any advice. So yeah, I would probably err on the side of caution. You know, if you err on the side of caution, then it's easy to remember, like, yeah, I didn't do that because of this, rather than trying to do the opposite, where you convince yourself it's okay, and then like when you get audited, you have to remember why you convinced yourself. If you just err on the side of caution, I think you'll be fine. This is not tax advice. This is life advice. But let's go back. So then maybe ChatGPT 4 can help at least better than the Magic 8 Ball. Yeah, for sure. I like it. 18-wheel ray, each with 2X quadro cars and each to handle a bung of graphic stuff. Yeah, so awesome. So you switch from low power or from servers to lower power devices, and each of those have graphics cards in them. So quadros, awesome to handle some graphic stuff. Yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. JC Extra, to PC Geek. Well, the auto tab discard, you can tell which tabs are. You can tell it what tabs are you want to discard and which you don't. Like you could say, don't discard pin tabs. There's a don't discard this tab for this session, and an automatic don't discard ones with active forms on them. Hey, yeah, forms. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, because that would suck. I mean, you're filling out a form. You're writing up. You're writing up a review of something. And it's 15 paragraphs long, 1,000 words in there. You're maxing out that form, and then you get pulled away, and then it sleeps that tab. And then you lost, all of that stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. That's a pretty cool feature. Leave it to Firefox to give you so many options. That is awesome, for sure. Yeah, that's I think Chrome's like, yeah, we want some of this too. Ronabot, trying to figure out how to best pass my YubiKeys from a Mac desktop to Proxmox web console to Proxmox VM to remote resources. Oh man, this is way down the rabbit hole. Think U2F, FIDO 2FA to a banking site through a Proxmox VM. Layers like an onion. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know. I would say if that Proxmox VM is Windows, I would RDP into it and pass through USB to it and call it done. But it may or may not be, and it may not be Windows, and you might not have Pro to do RDP. But if I were, that's what I would do. I would if it were Windows and I had to do this, that's what I would do. Or yeah, because it's Proxmox. I was going to say if it's VMware, they have ways to pass through USB too. But that's what I would do. I don't think I would plug the YubiKey into the server and pass it through as a USB device. I would plug it into the client that I was in and use RDP and pass it through as a USB device. That's just me, like without knowing your situation other than, one sentence. So, but yeah, that is layers like an onion for sure. Core count, kind, Docker desktop, Kubernetes, Minikube, OpenShift are all great options for local clusters. I totally agree. Kind, I forgot about that one too. And desktop Kubernetes for sure. Yeah, we have lots of options now for sure. Hey, Palace Media resub tier 1 16 months. Thank you so much, Palace. How's it going? I always want to say Payas Media, but Palace, thank you so much. Thanks, I appreciate it. Thank you. We're getting into a tax advice. 18 Wheelwright says you can deduct all that equipment. Yeah, that's what he says. I'm not going to say whether I agree or disagree, but I probably would write it off myself too. We'll see. 18 Will Ray, have a fleet of 12 now. See, I knew it. I knew it was more than just a driver. I knew he's an owner. He's a business owner. He owns a fleet. Yep, for sure. 4 brand new ones hit the ground last week from the factory there, getting prepped for the road now. Ooh, brand new semi-trucks. That is money. That is not cheap. Wow, yeah, I knew you had a fleet of trucks. And so someone asked if you drove. I was kind of like, nah, he's telling people where to drive. He's not driving. He probably is too. Naderoni, that's exactly right. Setting up a share for them over there. All right, so going back to this server, this remote server that you're going to back up to, both TrueNAS and your Proxmox, you're also setting up a server over them for them to share and use. Awesome. That is perfect, because then it's 2 for 1. You don't have to convince them, hey, like, keep the server on because, I need to back up to it. It's keep the server on because you need stuff on your network for it. And, oh, by the way, I'm going to send lots of data to it. That is definitely the best of both worlds, for sure. Fellow Freak says, I've thought about doing an NAS at my parents' house. Love to hear someone else doing this. Yeah, I have too. Other than I wouldn't be able to convince them what it's for and why they need it, because they're like mobile only now. They're like they're like Gen Zers. My parents, they're just like phone only. They're like, this can do everything, but not everything, as we know. But yeah, totally. I would love to at least someone else's house. Hey, let me slide you $20 for your electric bill and keep this over here so I can back up stuff. But anyways, hey, I'm over, and I want to keep to my word that I started a little bit late, so I'm going to end a little bit late, and now it's a little bit late. So I do apologize. So many comments in here, I do appreciate them all, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't get through them. Like I'm still scrolling, and there are so many, so I do apologize. There was a time when I was able to get through them all, and I'm so grateful that it sounds weird that I'm not able to get to them. That means that people are here and engaged, and this is like a conundrum, because I feel bad that people wrote comments that I can't read, but at the same time, I'm glad that people are here talking about stuff. So I have stuff to talk about and get inspired by. So if you wrote something and you want to discuss something with or more, or talk with people, or have an open discussion with me or other people that are in this chat right now, you should join our Discord server. It's full of people. We have over 8,000 members that are there. It's been partnered for a while now, so Discord believes in us, and it's a great place to kind of chit chat and talk about stuff, bounce ideas off of other people, or talk about networking, or have someone explain to me how networking works for the 15th time in the networking channel. Because hey, I won't lie. I'm a noob at a lot of things, and so I don't always have the best answers. And someone else in Discord always has a lot of good advice and a lot of good experience, and I think we can all learn from that. So anyways, if you'd like to join, I would love to have you. You don't have to say a word. You can lurk all you'd like. Thank you so much, JCX. There are links down below, or you can run the ! Discord command, or you can just go to Techno. You can't go there. You can go to TechnoTim Live, or go to discord.gg/TechnoTim, and you'll get a link and get an invite. Low pings. Low pings. It's part of our promise is low pings. Is maybe one every 2 weeks or maybe once every week, if that. Depending on if people ping you. That's something that's out of my control, but we also have a hey, like, just be respectful about pings. Because we're not trying to blow people up. Anyways, I would love it if you join. If you don't, hey, I'll see you here next Saturday. I will be back next Saturday. I should have something out shortly that I talked about at the beginning. I hope it might even be midweek because I don't want to sit on it if I get it done Tuesday. I don't want to sit on it until Saturday. So it's going to kind of throw my rhythm off a little bit. We'll see. Anyways, I would love for you to join. And if you don't, hey, I will be here next week. So have a great Saturday. If there's something I didn't get to or something you want to share, throw it in Discord. If you want to ping me, absolutely go for it. I don't mind pings at all. Tag me in it, but I'm sure there will be someone who has not only a faster answer, but probably a better answer in Discord too. If you don't do Discord, ping me on Twitter. So anyways, hey, have a great rest of the Saturday. Hope you enjoy your weekend and take care. Be good to each other. Take care, folks.